Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with a blog to watch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the TAG Heuer Link. This is the TAG Heuer Link Caliber 5. This is the 2017 version of the Link, which has been a long-standing piece in the TAG Heuer collection, and like I said, just recently updated for 2017. There are actually other versions of the watch in the TAG Heuer collection which have the similar Link style bracelet, namely some in the Formula One collection, which is a little bit confusing, right? Because the bracelet always used to be the signature element of the Link collection, and then if TAG Heuer is using other collections, it gets a little bit confusing. But this new version of the Link bracelet is only available in the Link collection, and I think that TAG Heuer has done a very nice job. So this is the men's version. It's 41 millimeters wide, and you can see that at first glance it does look like the familiar Link that many people have liked for a long time, but there's a lot of changes, and I think that TAG Heuer has done a good job of revitalizing the collection, making it a little bit more modern, making it certainly more relevant. So let's ask ourselves, what is the Link and who is it for? Is this the Watchner's watch? Is this going to be like the Monaco or the Atavia? No. This is a more everyday, what I'll call casual luxury watch for people that want a nice looking watch that's masculine, that has a little bit of a dressiness to it. This is a little bit more on the mainstream. Pricing is just under $3,000, so it's still considered a luxury product, but there's a lot to like here. The bracelet is by far the best part of it, and TAG Heuer has done a really good job of making the bracelet really stick out a lot more. The last generation of the Link bracelet was much more matte, didn't have all these polished edges, and didn't have as much of a thickness to it. The new Link bracelet is bigger, it's more visually interesting. You can see that there's these brush surfaces here, and then all the edges are polished. So as you move the watch, as you're wearing it, you have a very interesting ability to see a lot of reflections. You can see here the sides are polished and the links are very thick. I really love the bracelet here in the deploying class. You can see here it's relatively thin, butterfly style, but it's very good hardware. Big pieces of metal, it's very durable. It's something you have to hold to sort of see what I'm talking about, but I think if you compare it to other watches that have a butterfly style bracelet, you'll notice that this one is more substantial feeling. The Link bracelet has always been a challenge to size. If you can see behind here, there's these little dots. You need a special tool to be able to basically take apart the bracelet so you can resize it. If you look on the outside here, there's no spring holes or screws or anything like that. It's all done through this system here. So it gets a little bit challenging to size it, but once it's sized, it's a very comfortable bracelet. This one actually is not sized for my wrist, so I can put it on and more or less show you what it looks like, but it's not sized. So the Link on the wrist is, like I said, comfortable. That tapering makes the bracelet look very cool. And I think that this particular style of bracelet with these, I'll call them these S-links, has really never felt more modern. The ability to have it stand out a little bit more makes it feel like a lot more futuristic than I think we've seen in the past. This line down the center, it's not per se new, but it's a lot more distinguished. In this version of the Link, it's a lot more identified, which again, I think gives it a little bit more of a masculine and a modern look. The dial and the case appear to be round, but actually the bezel is a cushion shaped. There's these little folds right here at the four corners, and I think it does a good job of having sort of a size here that tapers down with this integrated strap system, or this integrated bracelet with the lugs. That again looks very, very nice. Dial is bold, legible, big hands, big hour markers. This is the blue face version. It also comes in a white and a gray, I believe a black. The only thing about the dial that I don't like is I would have preferred for there to be a different style of 12 o'clock hour marker. If you can see, all the hour markers are the same, and what can happen is looking at the watch at certain angles can be a little bit disorientating because all the hour markers look identical. And I find, as well as most people find, that when a watch brand uses a different hour marker for the 12 o'clock marker, you get a little bit more legibility. Not that big of a deal. Proportions on the dial are good. Hands are the right length. There's the date window there, which a lot of the mainstream consumers like. The Caliber 5 movement, which you can see through the case back there. This is a base Sellita SW200 automatic. Nothing fancy, but it's a mechanical movement and it's fine. Does its job. You can see it through. You can see through the back there. It's not decorated. Would have been nice to have it decorated, especially at at this price point of just under $3,000, I think that at that point you can get a little bit of decoration. $1,000 watch, I can be a little bit more okay with a relatively decoration-free movement. This one doesn't have a lot going on. Maybe just some perlage or stripes would have been nice. Not really that big of a deal. So overall, I feel that the new Link for 2017 brings the watch a little bit more into relevancy. It's definitely on the dressier side, but also masculine. It's possibly a little bit more mature than perhaps a Carrera or something else in the TAG Heuer collection, like an Altavia. These are more sport watches, a little bit more casual. This is the men's dress watch that has, like I said, the hallmarks of an active lifestyle, given the brand, but is also something that is meant to be worn in a more formal environment. Again, this is the TAG Heuer Link Caliber 5 Men's, new for 2017. Comes in a few different versions. Price is $2,900, and you can see the full review on the blog to watch. Thanks.